Saturday morning. Today we take apart this car completely. We've been here for an hour. We're like cleaning up, so we have all this space back here clean because there's a lot of parts of this car. And then this is our little system. Kind of share it with you guys, so if you wanted to, oh, we're gonna time lapse it for you. You'll see, it'll be cool. What I do with these, I always have like a couple of these every year. So you'll do like one, you'll write like body hardware, and then you store all your exterior hardware or anything that like holds the hatch on, holds the hood on, holds the fenders on. They're just labeled in here, and you'll just Sharpie mark what it is, so you kind of have a reference for each thing. Then like this one might say undercar hardware, and there'll be like anything from like trans mount to like bell housing bolts that connect, you know, the trans to whatever, diff bolts. And I leave this open. This will probably be the under one, because when you get the diff out of the winter's diff out of the subframe, you need some pretty long bolts, so they go in here. When it's time to reassemble the car, you're not like running around digging through bags and boxes and or having to buy new hardware. It's super quick and easy. So that's a little method we have. And then this one will probably say engine hardware, and then you can do like intake manifold, exhaust manifold, T4 flange for the turbo, like anything that's holding coolers on, whatever. Makes sense? Okay, so that's how we do that. Helps save time and helps you not lose stuff, and it helps for reassembly. Then we clean this cart off. These carts are pretty hard to find, so I don't expect you guys to be able to find this, but if you have like space for one of these are ideal, because you got like 7 shells, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 shells. Then you can put like your intake manifold on one, exhaust manifold on one, turbo on one, intercooler, oil cooler. That makes life way easier, and then you just wheel that back into that room and kind of waits until it's reassembly time. All this helps, and then it would be better if you had probably 3 of those big 6 shelf ones to really be organized, but we gotta still maintain like the workflow of the shop, so we can't use all of them for my stuff. That's kind of where we're at right now at this point. Mark is here today. He's gonna be helping, and then Beach is here. Joe's not helping on this one. He'll be doing some other stuff on other cars today. Plan is to get it tore down like most of the way, but not all the way. We're gonna leave lots of stuff in here still, because we're gonna rewire this car. We haven't decided if we're gonna use a PDM. I have that PDM 30 Motec. Possibly I'll use that, but then possibly I will not use that. I don't know yet. That would simplify a lot of stuff, but then it would also complicate a lot of things, and don't know if we're ready to do that yet. Gotta talk to Ian, see if he's down for that. If he's not, maybe we don't do that. When we redo the wiring, it's gonna be exact same pin for pin, but this one has some pretty bad stuff underneath the dash, and it has way too many toggle switches, so we don't need that. We're gonna change that. That's one of the improvements we're doing. We're gonna use most of the similar parts, change how some of this stuff works, and try and change how the coolant is routed in this car, so it's not underneath the trans tunnel. We're gonna like go that way through the firewall over there, and maybe change how we do the crank breather. Not sure if we're gonna commit to that yet. Couple little handful of things that we are thinking about doing, so that it's, I don't know, easier to work on at the track, easier to get to stuff. We gotta see what's possible. So we're gonna start taking it apart. Just enjoy as we tear down this car and see how it goes. All right. It's 2 o'clock. We started talking to you guys earlier. It was 9:15. Car's mostly apart. We have the motor still in it, but that's about it. Trans is out, as you can see. No transmission. The diff, drive shaft, exhaust. Most of these bins I was telling you about are now full and labeled. We drained all the fluids. We'll take the windshield out and we'll take the dash out too. So windshield and dash will come out. We'll leave the panel in there. When we have the motor out, we'll put it on a stand and then we'll take exhaust manifold off, and that'll kind of be the rest of our day. And then we just make a big checklist of what needs to get worked on and what needs to get serviced, upgraded, and all the above. So now it's time to take the motor. We might have to loosen a mount first. Come on, forklift, you can do this. The battery's corroded, it stopped working. Here, hold it. Oh, yeah. Okay, it's gonna work. So, now we can put it on the stand. It's out! Oh, Beach is back. He passed smog. Yes! Then get the dash out, and then me and Mark will kind of plan our attack for wiring and how we're gonna improve on this, because this has too much happening here, and in there's even worse. Like it all connects like all messy style, and we added, subtracted many times. So what we're gonna do is find a clean spot for the ECU, and then we're gonna be thinking ahead that in the future this car might go dry sump, and the tank would, ideally we would have the tank here. So that would be our plan. So we're even thinking of doing another stock dash like this, but then having a removable thing and have like these be on like, you know, 4 like quick releases or something, so you can take that panel out, and behind there you find certain things that you would want to get to that are hard to get to, but you don't want to like be visible. Even put the ECU there possibly, we don't know yet, but we got to think this stuff through. So that's what's gonna happen later.